Who knew that sweaters could be so cinematic? Today, we're looking at the cozy knits that steal the spotlight in your favorite shows and movies. Let me know which ones you are familiar with. Number 1. Brooklyn. This is a 2015 historical romance drama based on a 2009 novel of the same name. A young woman in the mid-20th century finds herself torn between the familiar shores of Ireland and the new opportunities she discovers in Brooklyn. After settling into immigrant life and beginning a heartfelt relationship with a local man, unexpected news from home forces her to confront what she truly wants. Caught between two worlds, she must decide which life and which love will define her future. I became a huge Domhnall Gleeson fan since I first saw him, and I was on his character's side here in Brooklyn, but if you watched it, you know what I mean. Saoirse Ronan is another favorite actor of mine. But this story hit me hard long before moving abroad. Now it has an even deeper meaning for me, but if you're wondering how the internal struggle feels like when your home doesn't feel welcoming anymore, when you're longing for places you just recently began calling home, then watch this movie and savor it. I absolutely love it. Number 2. Flashdance. This is a 1983 romantic drama based on a true story. A determined young woman splits her time between physically demanding day work and nighttime dance gigs while dreaming of joining an elite ballet school. Her employer, who also becomes her romantic partner, recognizes her talent and urges her not to give up. With his encouragement and guidance from an older former ballerina, she pushes past her fear of rejection to pursue the future she wants. Unforgettable soundtrack. And if you miss the 80s, this effortlessly brings you back. I don't think it's just for fans of this specific genre. I mean, after all, it's about dancing. But the plot shows real-life struggles. And what I noticed last time I watched it this year is that we no longer get films with this kind of ending. I won't spoil anything, but movies nowadays over-explain. They often give us multiple closures just to make sure that we got it. In case we spent the entire time on our phones and we missed some key plot points, for example. Well, Flashdance doesn't do that. You get the point, you enjoyed the music, the dancing, but also the drama, and there's no need for extra fluff, let's say. And I really appreciated that. Number 3. 84 Charing Crossroad. This is a 1987 romantic drama based on a play, which in turn is an adaptation of the 1970 epistolary memoir of the same name. A bibliophile in New York, struggling to find certain titles, reaches out to a London bookstore with a letter that sparks an unexpected and enduring friendship. The polite responses from the store's manager lead to decades of correspondence between them, despite the physical distance. Anthony Hopkins and Anne Bancroft are starring in this wholesome movie, and this one specifically came to mind the other day when You've Got Mail aired on Italian TV for the nth time, because it has a similar premise, maybe closer to The Shop Around the Corner, since they're exchanging letters and not emails. But I'm curious, have you ever even heard of 84 Charing Crossroad? Number 4. While You Were Sleeping. This is a 1995 romantic comedy. After saving a man from an oncoming train, a lonely transit worker discovers that he's in a coma, and due to a misunderstanding, his family believes she is his fiancée. Choosing not to correct the mistake, she becomes involved in their lives, even moving in with them. As time passes, complications arise when she unexpectedly falls for the man's hesitant brother, who grows suspicious of her true identity. If you think about it logically, this movie doesn't really make sense, and it definitely wouldn't work without the classic misunderstanding and overall silliness of the plot. But if you get into this looking for comfort, cheesiness, and a good old romance, you won't be disappointed. Number 5. Mona Lisa's Smile. This is a 2003 historical romantic drama. In the early 1950s, a recent art history graduate begins teaching at an elite women's college, eager to broaden her students' perspectives. Challenging the conservative expectations upheld by the school and society, she encourages her class to question the traditional roles set out for them. Through her teaching, several young women begin to reimagine the futures they once assumed were predetermined. It's a smart and provocative period drama. It's elegant and a joy for the eyes if you appreciate period costumes and knitwear. The plot is just as heartwarming as it is sad, and I rewatched this movie countless times. There are brilliant actors in the cast, which only helps making this one of my all-time comfort movies. Here are some bonus recommendations, simply because we've talked about them either recently or in other videos. For example, Outlander, which I'm pretty sure inspired lots of knitters, but also Local Hero, which is the movie that made me think of this theme of sweater movies, if you want to call them like this. And in the same video, we talked about The Light Between Oceans, which also portrays tons of beautiful knits. And the same goes for The Lake House. Different style maybe, a different period for sure, but just as cozy. And another movie I mentioned multiple times already is About Time, which also has some pretty knitwear, just like Little Women, which is a movie that I would always recommend in this period of the year between November and December. So if it's not on your list already, just add it. And maybe just a shout out to the knitwear itself rather than the show or miniseries is The Essex Serpent, because there were some pretty pieces, but I don't remember if I really enjoyed the series itself. Now, this is unrelated, but I just launched the 2026 calendar on my website, featuring all Finnish nature. This is the A4, and if you're interested, you can grab it now with a special discount code. This is just to give you an example. Some of my favorite photographs from my time in Finland. And the discount code is valid until December 8th. Back to the video. Number 6, The Time Traveler's Wife. This is a romantic sci-fi drama released in 2009, based on the 2003 novel of the same name. A librarian with a rare genetic condition uncontrollably shifts through time, appearing at different points in the life of his true love, a talented artist. During one of his unpredictable journeys, he meets and marries her, but the relationship becomes complicated by his constant time traveling. As a result, they struggle to stay in sync, navigating the challenges of love across different moments in time. I'm a fan of Rachel McAdams, can you tell, based on what I just told you about time, but this is one of those charming movies that mix a hint of sci-fi or simply fantasy with romance. It reminds me of The Lake House, and it's been a while since I last saw it, so now it's on my watch list again. What do you think about this one? Have you ever watched it? Number 7, Knives Out. This is a 2019 mystery movie, which is not based on a specific novel, rather it's heavily inspired by Agatha Christie's work. After a renowned crime writer is found dead at his estate shortly after his 85th birthday, a sharp detective is called to investigate. As he probes into the lives of the writer's troubled family and devoted staff, he must untangle a web of lies and misdirection. With everyone a suspect, the detective works to uncover the truth behind the suspicious death. I have to be honest, this is not my favorite, and it doesn't even remotely resemble Poirot, Endeavour, Miss Marple, and the greatest mysteries out there, but it's pleasant to watch, and it certainly caters to a younger audience. I think it should be taken as it is. It's an okay watch with nice sweaters and color palette. I guess it's even more enjoyable if you're not used to watching mysteries and your expectations are not as high as mine, you know? Number 8, Sleepless in Seattle. This is a 1993 comedy romance holiday drama. After losing his mother, a young boy calls a radio show to find his father a new partner, leading to an unexpected connection with a journalist. The boy's attempt to address his father's loneliness catches the attention of the reporter, who travels to Seattle to cover their story. As a result, the journalist, despite being engaged, reaches out to the father, suggesting a meeting at the Empire State Building on Valentine's Day. It's a bit of a cliché, but this is the perfect season for guilty pleasure films, you know? There are some elements that people might find annoying, and I must agree, but it's true that the performances are really good, which is why it's enjoyable to watch. Number 9, Bad Sisters. This is an Irish black comedy crime drama series released between 2022 and 2024, based on the Belgian series Clan. The close-knit Garvey sisters have always supported each other, but when their troublesome brother-in-law, whom they all secretly wished dead, dies unexpectedly, it disrupts their lives and challenges their relationship. Bound by the early loss of their parents and a vow to protect one another, the sisters now face their toughest test yet. Death forces them to confront deeper issues and strain their once solid bond. We've got 2 seasons of this one, but the first season works very well on its own, and it's way better than the second one, so feel free to just watch the first one. But to be fair, anything filmed in Ireland and Scotland will feature gorgeous knitwear. And I recommend this series because it's hilarious and also a solid mystery. Number 10, Sherlock. This is a British mystery crime series released between 2010 and 2017, based on Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes novels. In a contemporary take on the classic detective tales, a war veteran returns to London and teams up with a brilliant but unconventional consultant to Scotland Yard. The two form an unlikely partnership when the detective advertises for a flatmate, leading them to solve a series of intriguing crimes. As they confront each new mystery, they find themselves up against a shadowy and cunning adversary. Even though I prefer the Sherlock movies starring Robert Downey Jr., John Watson here wears a series of lovely knits. Don't get me wrong though, I love both, but there's one thing that really annoyed me throughout the entire series, and it's Benedict Cumberbatch's haircut. I mean, in every single episode, all I could think of is why did they choose to portray him like that? It really doesn't suit him. I know that it might just mean something like he's a creative force, he's a genius, and that's why his hair looks like that, just like Einstein or something. But it really bothered me. I'm sorry. That being said, I really recommend this series. This was my selection. I know that there are even more popular movies or TV shows portraying knitwear that became iconic over time. Feel free to recommend anything else that comes to mind in this category. And now that you watched this, check out the video on the screen. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, because my recent uploads have been so irregular that you will really need that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you